Well, the action is constant here at the Stade de Rhône, and we've got the second track final, and it's also a 5,000 meters race. It's T12 for those of medium visual impairment. And we have the champion from London 2012 in this, Amin Chentouf.
World record holder as well, he'll be the man to watch.
Set that record at the Olympic Stadium in London last year in winning gold. Second place in that race was Abderrahim Zhiou, who is the defending world champion in this. And his personal best is around 25 seconds slower than Chentouf's, but he will be a contender. Silver in London, gold in Christchurch.
Médaille de bronze au dernier championnat du monde.
Karfas of Algeria.
Nacer, Eddine,
personal best of
Karfas.
14:59.04. But a bit behind this season, 15:12.22. Rodriguez of Venezuela.
Representing Japan. Représentant le Japon, Tadashi, Horikoshi.
Horikoshi of Japan.
Representing Colombia. Représentant la Colombie. Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno.
He's the only runner in this race with a guide. This is the F12 category again. T12 category again. T just means track. 12 means not as impaired as the 11 category. So some of these, most of them will run without guides. It's the Colombian with the guide in this race.
Vice-champion du monde, médaille de bronze aux Jeux paralympiques représentant le Kenya, Kirwa.
Now looking strongly, and I don't see Henry Kirwa there, who won bronze and silver in the last two major championships, the Kenyan. I know some teams were only arriving last night. Mongolia got in at around midnight, so they missed the opening ceremony, but it's a field of 8, but we've only got 7 there. It's 8 including the guide, so Henry Kirwa does not start. It's the T12 men's 5,000 metres. It's Amin Chentouf of Morocco, Abderrahim Zhiou of Tunisia, Nacer Eddine Karfas of Algeria, Roger Rodriguez of Venezuela, Tadashi Horikoshi of Japan, Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno of Colombia, and Gustavo, Nieves, Campbello of Spain.
And we just saw the T11 category where we expected them to run just over 15 minutes. We expect these to run just under 15 minutes. And no surprise that Chentouf has gone storming out in the lead. And we could well see a new championship record here today, because his world record is 47 seconds inside the championship record, which was set in Christchurch by Zhiou of New Zealand.
Well, I'll tell you something remarkable. The 3 men who were in the inside lanes are in the top 3 right now, and Amin Chentouf absolutely shot away from the gun. Man who won gold at London 2012. Abderrahim Zhiou is currently in second place, the silver medalist from London 2012 and the defending world champion. And already there's a gap of something like 50 meters. This is, I'm not sure if Chentouf was told this was a 500 meters race, but instead of 5,000, but he's absolutely blitzed away from the gun. It's very strong running. He's around 40, 50 meters clear. We had an incredible race. I think it was at the European Under-23s last week in Tampere, where the 800 meters, the winner shot away. It was something like 23 seconds for the first 200 meters. Lactic acid began to attack him in the final 100. He still got through to win. This is a remarkable start from Amin Chentouf, and he's well ahead with 11 laps to go. They've barely run 600 meters, and the rest are settling in their packs. Abderrahim Zhiou of Tunisia, and Nacer Eddine Karfas of Algeria, second and third, and also Gustavo Nieves Campbello of Spain. They at the moment the 1, 2, 3, 4, but 1 is well ahead of 2, 3, 4.
Yes, I would think that the 1 and 2 is going to stay like it is. I'll stick my neck out on that one. In fact, I'm going to be brave. Chentouf's going to win this. It's controversial, but his personal best is 25 seconds faster than Zhiou, the reigning world champion. Chentouf, the world record holder. And he hasn't had a good time this season. 14:34, his best time so far this season, but his personal best is under 14 minutes, 13:53.76, and he's absolutely storming away the Moroccan in the red vest ahead of Zhiou of Tunisia, the world champion from New Zealand. He's looking very fresh.
This is incredible. 4,000 meters to go. He's not going to be able to keep this rate up. But if he can keep a strong lead, those legs will get tired eventually. The rest are taking it a much more sedate, what you'd expect, a much more normal pace. Let's start introducing people. 4:04 on the left is Gustavo Nieves Cabello of Spain, 1:02.3. For Tunisia's Abderrahim Zhiou, who's finished in the top 3 in the last 2 major championships, and also up there is Nacer Eddine Karfas of Algeria. There may be a huge gap between our leader, Amin, Chentouf, and the rest, but there's quite a gap between 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and the rest also. He'll be doing very well if he can keep this up, both in terms of pace and margin.
Very experienced runner. I wouldn't expect him to misjudge the pace, but he does seem to be going quicker, certainly, than most people in the stadium expected.
It is fantastic, it is brave, and we'll see if it works. He knows he's the Paralympic champion from London 2012. He knows what he's doing.
He gets an enormous cheer every time he comes in front of this main stand. The stadium beginning to fill up now. Very early start. We're expecting big crowds for this afternoon session. Chentouf well in the lead in the red of Morocco.
So less than 9 laps to go for Amin, Chentouf, and the rest not really bothered about playing catch-up at the moment. It's Nieves, Cabello, Zhiou, and Karfas who take up the next 3 positions. Then there's a gap of around 20 minutes or so, and it's the Colombian in 5th, Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno, the only athlete with a guide. Guillermo Antonio Naranjo Yaramillo is his assistant for this, and they're currently in 5th place, and in 6th is Tadashi Horikoshi, the Japanese, who's behind those 2.
And it almost looks like the athletes in 2nd, 3rd and 4th have decided, look, there's no chance of the gold, it's between us for the silver, and they're saving their energy.
But what they're doing as well is they're running at their own pace, and if they keep in their own pace, and if Amin Chentouf has in any way got this wrong, and I actually remember him doing this at London 2012 as well. I think in 2 races, he got 1 right and 1 wrong. We'll see how he does here, but he's been impressive so far. He's got 8 laps to go, 5 minutes running done. He has the fastest time this year, 14:34, which is around half a second behind his personal best and world record set in winning the London 2012 title. As for the other 3, they'll keep to their own pace, they're happy doing so.
And because he did get it wrong in one of them in London, I don't think he'll get it wrong today. I think they'll have had a word with him, and he'll remember what it was like to win and what it was like to not win, and he'll prefer to win.
He's leading by half a lap. He's got 8 laps to go. Well, realistically, 7.5 laps to go. The rest have got 8 laps to go. And I can tell you, by the way, those in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are now being caught up by those in 5th and 6th. So Zhiou, Karfas, and Nieves Cabello now have company with Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno, and his guide. And also moving up is Tadashi Horikoshi, which means that Roger Rodriguez finds himself down in 7th place, but we've got one man in splendid isolation at the moment. He's half a lap ahead, the rest are on the back straight. Closing straight for Amin Chentouf. And after this, he's got 7 laps to go, and he's looking very, very impressive indeed. And he's kept his pace quite strong. He hasn't noticeably slowed so far, and the gap is just getting bigger and bigger all the time. It's a remarkable performance so far from Amin Chentouf, but the real running starts shortly.
And we now do have a real race for the medals in silver and bronze, because there were just 3. Now we have 6 runners together. Well, it's 5 and a guide. The Colombian who's running with the guide may have a bit of an advantage now, because he'll be able to give very good advice to his runner on exactly how everyone's looking, whereas some of the others might just be following the person in front at this stage. I think they've all realised that they're not going to catch Chentouf out in the lead, but it could be a very interesting race for silver and bronze. Here goes the Ukrainian again in the shot put. Olivet's in the lead with 14.96. Ahead of the Russian and the Australian.
Yeah, the Russian, Andriy won the gold medal 2 years ago, and that's an improvement as well.
14.96, his first, keeps him into the, well, he's still already in the lead, it keeps him in the lead, and looking very good for Ukraine at the moment. Russell Short throwing for Australia. We're hoping he'll be joining us in the commentary box tomorrow. Some incisive comments from the Aussies. 6 laps to go then in this T12. 5,000 metres from the IPC Athletics World Championships here in Lyon, with me, Jeremy Nicholas, Will Downing alongside me, and beautiful sunshine here in the park. Stade de Rome. Beautiful setting for these games.
And look at the move coming now from the Colombian, moving up into second place. Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno alongside his guy moves up into second place, and the rest all move down one. That's Zhiou, Karfas, and Nieves as well. And back in sixth place is the Japanese Tadashi, Horikoshi. Henry Kirwa, who won bronze and silver in the last two championship races in London and Christchurch, did not start.
And it's a great run by the Colombian, because Zhiou and Karfas both have personal bests under 15 minutes. Zhiou's 14:19, whereas the Colombian, his personal best is 15:45. That's about a minute and a half slower than Zhiou of Tunisia. So the Colombian is running out of his skin at the moment. He does have the advantage of having the guide with him, but I don't know if he'll be able to keep this pace up, because he's performing way above expectations. It's Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno of Colombia, who's in silver medal position at the moment with his guide, who also has a lot of names: German Antonio Naranjo Giaramillo. So two runners and 8 names between them.
Defending second very well at the moment, and just behind them is Abderrahim Zhiou on the inside, Nacer, Eddine, Karfas on the outside, and just behind them now is Gustavo, Nieves, Cabello. They have got 5 laps to go as we change our attention to Maria Ivekovic-Mestrovic of Croatia.
On the giant screen, you can now
She is
see
going in the first
Maria
women's
Ivekovic-Mestrovic
field final, and that is the
women at
women's
11-12.
discus.
Sur les grandios, lancer du disque.
Let's add a shriek as she lets it go. Gonna mark that, she'll get a white flag for that. Croatian thrower. She walks off, I think she's happy with that one. Hard to tell really, doesn't give much away with her facial expressions. And what does she throw? Chentouf still way ahead, you're not missing anything in the track action. Just have a look at that throw again. Comes out very clean. Right in the middle. Nothing wrong with that throw at all. So just have a drink while they mark that. 4 laps to go now in this T11 5,000 metres, and she's thrown 36.50. It's an improvement on her first throw, which was 36.43, and she is in the lead in the women's discus, the Croatian, ahead of China of the Ukraine and Legante of Italy. Puts the towel over the head, Wimbledon style, just to keep us warm. And there we are, confirmation. Croatia from Ukraine, Italy, and then Russia in the women's discus.
And by the way, there are 2 categories in this, so there's a little bit of weighting in some of the results, which is why the 3rd placed athlete has thrown a lesser mark than the 4th placer, but there is a good reason for that. Now, 3 laps to go in this men's 5,000 metres T12 final, and Amin Chentouf, if you're only just joining us, went away right away at the start, was massively impressive. He's maintained a huge advantage here, and it's now almost 2/3 of a lap that he's clear ahead of the rest. In second place is the Colombian Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno, but Amin Chentouf has been absolutely incredible, and he's pretty much maintained this frenetic pace throughout. He holds the world record from claiming gold at London 2012, and magnificently so in doing that. And the way things are going, well, he's going to be lapping athletes very, very soon. He looks absolutely incredible. And those in second, third and fourth have maintained their pace, and second at the moment being held by Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno. Just behind him and his guide, Abderrahim Zhiou of Tunisia, Nacer, Eddine, Karfas. There's going to be some race for silver and bronze, and I think that is the real race now, because the gold medal was decided a long time ago, and now he started lapping athletes. 2 to go for Amin Chentouf. Looks very impressive. He's just lapped the Japanese runner Tadashi, Horikoshi. 2 laps to go. Surely the gold is Morocco's.
Yeah, a couple of stories here. One is that Chentouf has just gone flying off and is way ahead of everybody else, and what an impressive run from him. And secondly, the Colombian, whose personal best is a minute and a half behind some of the people he's keeping up with, is in silver medal position at the moment, running with his guide. And can he keep that, or will we see the more experienced runners like Zhiou and Karfas come past him? And I'd like to see the Colombian get a medal, but I just worry for him that perhaps the others are using him and his guide to get them round, and they'll come past and take the medals at the end. But of course, if you're running with a guide, you're a little bit of a roadblock, so it's not a bad position to be ahead of the others, because it's more people to get round.
Well, I can tell you, Chentouf is actually getting faster, and as second, third and fourth and fifth cross through with 2 laps to go, he's now in the closing straight for the penultimate time. If he speeds up, he'll have actually lapped most of the field, and he's just overtaken the Venezuelan Roger Rodriguez also. This has been really impressive running from the London 2012 champion. Amin Chentouf of Morocco hits the bell. 1 lap to go in the men's 5,000 metres T12. A very impressive Brazilian victory we had earlier in Adair Santos. But I have to say, Amin Chentouf, this might be one of the performances of the week, and it's only the second track race. He's got 300 metres to go, and this is fantastic running all the way through from the gun. He absolutely pulled away. There's been a big break, by the way, for Zhiou and Karfas in the battle for second and third, and they have left Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno and his guide well back in 4th place. It's a superb break, though, from the start by Amin Chentouf, and he's got 200 metres to go as he passes the back straight. The other athletes, the Algerian Karfas, is going to take the bell ahead of Zhiou of Tunisia. In 4th place at the moment, Elkin, Alonso, Serna, Moreno. But it's all about the first man here, and very shortly the 5th place, Gustavo, Nieves is probably going to be lapped before he takes the bell, because here comes into the final straight, Amin Chentouf, the champion from London 2012, and he's been a really impressive victor here. He led right from the gun. He shot out in front.
It's going to be a new championship record, I think. It's going to be 14:40 as the championship record, and he's taken 8 seconds. Fantastic.
Great winner. Amin Chentouf wins the gold, and he made the break on the gun, and you can't do better than that.
14:32.29. It's the first record we've seen. It's a new. You can hear the announcer just announcing that.
And not only that, it's a season's best, it's a championship record, so now he holds both the world record and championship record. And the man who held the championship record, Abderrahim Zhiou, the champion from Christchurch, real tussle between him and Karfas for second place. And it's going to be taken by Zhiou in second. Karfas will take third. So the silver medalist from London 2012 takes the silver in Lyon as well. 3rd place is Karfas, and 4th will be Elkin, Alonso, Serna Moreno of Colombia, but gold to Amin Chentouf.
And the Colombians' time there, 15:28, and that is a phenomenal run by him. He's taken nearly 20 seconds off his personal best, and for a while it looked like he might get a medal, but then Zhiou and Karfas came past, and it became the tall figure of Zhiou who got the silver, and Karfas, the shorter Algerian, getting the bronze. But it's all about Amin Chentouf today, and that fantastic win. He led right from the start, and he set a new championship record. He hasn't beaten his own world record. But what a fantastic run we've seen here today. And in only the 2nd event on the track, we've already seen a new world championship record from Amin Chentouf of Morocco. He points to the skies and then goes down on his knees, kisses the track, and gives thanks to our higher power for giving him the ability to win that medal. Well done, Amin Chentouf of Morocco.
And normally, in circumstances like that, you would say, have you ever seen anything in your life like that before? But we have, from him.
We saw him do it in London, and he's done it again.